Hi everyone, 8:35 here on this Wednesday night in East Texas. A shot outside from our Chase Bank building camera looking south over Broadway. Welcome into our stream on CBS19 Plus and on our Facebook page and then on the YouTube channel. So welcome everyone who's watching. We'll go over the forecast. It's kind of hot next couple of days. We are watching an area of low pressure that'll move through the Gulf. Could bring us some rain by this weekend. You might have noticed this. It's 8:36 and suddenly now we're past dusk, or it is dusk right now. So we're getting earlier and earlier sunsets. So just had a sunset now of about 8:26. We're certainly, when we get into the month of August, we will lose the time that the sun sets. It'll get earlier and earlier so that by the end of August, you're talking about a sunset close to about 7:45. So pretty early. We are heading toward the Burr months of September, October, and November. 90 degrees right now outside, south wind 5 to 10. Nothing on CBS19 radar. Maybe this weekend, maybe Friday afternoon or Friday evening. There's a chance for a couple of showers. Saturday, it could be more widespread. I'm getting new data in about 45 minutes that I'll share with you on CBS19 News at 10 o'clock. Heat advisory tomorrow till 8 p.m. Basically, all of East Texas, Trinity, and Houston counties are not included in that heat advisory. Could get added, but right now, not expected to see a heat index of 105 or higher for at least 3 hours tomorrow afternoon. No extreme heat warnings yet this summer. We haven't had one of those yet, but we have had a handful of heat advisories and yet another one tomorrow. In fact, we've had one each day this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and now Thursday for different parts of East Texas. And here's essentially why. Look at that heat index over in Jefferson tomorrow, approaching 110. Marshall, 108. Carthage Center, San Augustine. Remember, you have to get to 105 with the heat index, and we should get there. Lufkin, Nacogdoches Center, close at Longview and Tyler. They are included in the heat advisory, so there is a chance that those numbers just pop up there. All right, heat risk potential. This is a product that the Weather Prediction Center puts out. It's kind of an experimental product that they're using. And what it's looking at is the heat risk. Is it minor in yellow? Is it moderate? Is it major? Or is it extreme, like you're seeing here in eastern Arkansas? Well, notice that we're starting now to get into the major in East Texas. A couple of reasons for that. One, it's getting hotter. So tomorrow could be 97, 98 degrees. But also duration of the heat. This is a key because the heat has a cumulative effect on our bodies. Every day we have to go out there and just have that heat just beat down on top of us. Our bodies don't recover, especially at night when it doesn't cool off a whole lot. Now, if it was falling back into the low to mid 60s like it would out in the desert, you know, your body could recover. You'd cool down, your body temperature would cool down. But overnight, even in air conditioning, sometimes your body temperature is not coming down as far as it could, and then you head right back out into that heat again the next day, and so you have an elevated risk of heat-related impacts. And that would be getting heat sick or even heat stroke, heat cramps certainly. Some of us have had those just, you know, being out in the afternoon working or something like that, or exercising in the morning, you get that kind of side sticker, that cramp. It's a sign of dehydration and a sign that the heat is becoming too much for you. I talked about duration here, and again, cumulative effect. If you look at our warmest days, top 5 warmest days, well, we've had most of those since July 19th, so within the last 5 days. And it probably doesn't go anywhere. It may ease a little bit Friday and then over the weekend, but it's going to come back next week. We may have to wait till we get into August to see I'm going to call it a big break, but a break from the heat dome that's sitting on top of us. And the heat dome by the end of the week sort of, I'll say shears out. It stretches out so that you've got a center of high pressure just beating down on West Texas, and then you've got another one over the Ohio River Valley. And there's this little area of low pressure that moves out into the Gulf, and so it kind of sneaks underneath this ridge, similar to last week. In fact, there is some discussion that this is pretty much some of the same circulation or same moisture that merely moved around that high pressure area and is now coming back toward East Texas this weekend. If we look further long term, 8 to 14 days, July 31st to August 6th, this is what I was talking about. The pattern's changing. Now we're talking about above average rainfall favored. I am seeing a chance of rain on August 2nd. There was a time it looked like that dome of hot air was going to sit right on top of us, and now it doesn't look as intense as we get early into August. And so it allows maybe for some Gulf moisture or at least an onshore flow and sea breeze showers to develop. Still, above average temperatures are likely. Part of that may be owed in the fact that the overnight lows are going to sit there at about 76 or 77, and then your daytime high is about 95 or 96. Average high this time of the year is about 95 to 96 degrees. We're about to go into the on average hottest part of the year between July 25th and August 13th. And then the average temperatures will start to fall, and they'll fall all the way until we get to the winter solstice, or I should say into January. 98 tomorrow, 95 on Friday, 90 Saturday, 94 on Sunday. Back up, I think Tuesday or Wednesday could end up being the two hottest days. Maybe the two hottest days this summer. It really depends if we start to see rain again in August. If we moisten the soil back up, we have that swamp cooler effect that we've talked about where you have heat moving over top of some wet soil. Well, it takes some of the energy to evaporate some of that moisture out of the soil. And so it kind of knocks 1 or 2 degrees off of your potential high temperature, maybe a little bit more than that. And so you can see Tuesday, Wednesday, if we were dry like last summer, we'd probably pop into the hundreds there. But right now, about 99 degrees, then sliding back toward 94 as we get to August 1st and August 2nd. Okay, so here it is. This is this so-called area of moisture or a piece of energy that went through Texas, just traveled around the ridge, dropped back down into the Atlantic, and now it's pushing back across Florida and headed in much the same direction as the one did last week. So this little piece of energy has a 10% chance of becoming a tropical depression by the time it reaches South Texas. So not much of a chance, but it does have a chance to be a little area of low pressure. It does have a very good chance to bring abundant moisture at about 10,000 feet, so critical for rain, showers, thunderstorms to form at that level. So a good chance for that to happen there to moisten up the atmosphere. And we'll see that on this future skycast. This is a wider view. I'll give you a closer view in just a second. But that little spin right there, counterclockwise spin, moves into South Texas, throws moisture up into East Texas, Louisiana coastline. See this right here? I'm going to get, again, 6 more hours of data at 9:15. Share this with you at 10 o'clock tonight. This is all going to move northward Saturday afternoon. So there's a good chance deep East Texas has widespread rain with widely scattered showers over a majority of East Texas. So we're up to a 40% chance of rain now around Tyler, Longview, Lindale, Jacksonville, Henderson, probably as high as a 60 or 70% chance down at Lufkin and over toward Hemp Hill. I'll break that down in just a second. And then Sunday, it's just a 20% chance of rain. Well, here you go. All right, so Friday, a couple showers come up. It's about a 20% chance in Tyler, 30% chance a little farther southeast, 40 to 50% chance in deep East Texas. We get into Saturday, and you'll see the higher rain chances again from Nacogdoches over toward Lufkin and Hemp Hill. That's running in the order of about 60 to 70%. So almost certain that it rains in deep East Texas on Saturday, with a pretty good chance that we'll see some widely scattered showers, Athens, Tyler, Longview, Jefferson, Henderson, and Jacksonville, and then maybe a stray shower back toward Mount Pleasant, Emory, and Canton. Anybody that's trying to keep their lawn green or keep the tomatoes growing or anything in the garden, and you don't want to water it, and you're relying on Mother Nature to help out, you're certainly rooting for a little bit of rain this weekend. Here's future skycast. Some clouds drifting in tomorrow afternoon from the east as that area of low pressure approaches. And then we get into Friday. These are isolated showers. This is going to be mid-afternoon, becoming a little more widespread, but it was brief. Did you see that? It was probably about 5 p.m. to maybe 8 p.m. Some widely scattered showers, mainly over deep East Texas. Then Saturday, we start to see what will be showers that will blossom and move in from the south by Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening. Latest data from the Weather Prediction Center, and this is looking at the amounts of precipitation that we could see. They put a bullseye right now over parts of southern Cherokee County, northern Angelina, most of Nacogdoches County, and then another little bullseye down here over deep East Texas and southern parts of Sabine County. That darker green area, you're looking at about a 1/10 to 1/4 inch of rainfall. So certainly rain chances kind of popping up now, kind of bringing those rain chances up with this new data that's coming in, bringing that low a little farther to the west. maybe perhaps keeping it a little more compact and a little stronger. Tonight it's seasonably warm. That's pretty close to average. 74 tonight, 73 in Carthage, 74 at Nacogdoches, 73 at Lufkin, Athens around 72. We have a sky full of stars. By the way, the moon is in its waning crescent, so it's only about 2% of the crescent moon is available to see tonight. Tomorrow night will be the new moon, and then we'll start to get back to the waxing moon. We'll head toward to the next full moon. Tomorrow, weather impact alert in effect, 10 a.m., middle part of the day, into the afternoon, 96 to 97. I think 98 is doable. Up in Mount Pleasant, it's probably 97. Sulphur Springs, 96. 98 over toward Linden. We come down here into our central counties. Marshall and Longview around 97. Mineola, 98. Tyler, 98. Jacksonville and Henderson all firmly there, 96 to 97 degrees. Palestine could hit 98. Deep East Texas, you're looking at high temperatures at Nacogdoches and Lufkin, right around 98. There is a chance that Center and Hemphill get very close to 100 degrees tomorrow. Crockett around 96 with full-on sunshine. Here's your Baylor Scott & White Texas Spine Joint Hospital 7-day forecast. Weather impact alerts tomorrow, Friday. Scattered showers possible Friday. We may add a weather impact alert on Saturday if that rain starts to look widespread. If it still stays widely scattered, where not everybody sees rain, then we'll leave it without a weather impact alert. But if it looks like everybody's going to get rain and maybe have some downpours and the potential for, a gusty thunderstorm that produces some strong winds, maybe some wind damage, we'll go ahead and throw up a weather impact alert. So make sure you keep checking back for updates. Sunday, partly cloudy, 94, 96 Monday. And then if it looks like we're still going to get to 99, and I think we will, we'll throw in a couple of weather impact alerts next Tuesday, Wednesday to cover what could be either heat advisories or extreme heat warnings coming up there. As I said, I'll get new data in here in about a half hour now, and then we'll update that on CBS 19 News at 10 o'clock. Appreciate everybody watching on the stream on CBS 19 Plus and on the YouTube channel and on the Facebook page. Any questions, please post those in the comments. We will try to answer that. Otherwise, have a great night. We'll see you at 10 o'clock.